Hello everyone and welcome to another video here on the channel. And of course news broke that Primoz Roglic on stage 7 wasn't going to be in the mix. The Slovenian superstar lost time. He's lost over 9 minutes and 3 seconds to the eventual winner Mathieu and well and truly is out of the GC battle now and succumbing to his crash injuries. As always, I'm joined by Mr. Critical himself, Ewan. And Ewan, is it time that Jumbo-Visma switch their focus to another rider to lead Jumbo-Visma?
Well, you said it there. Roglic has lost bags of time. He now sits 9 minutes and 11 seconds behind Van der Poel in GC. It's bad news and bad reading for the Slovenian. He dropped very early on the stage. There was a gap that opened up and his teammates didn't help to bring it down. So that shows that Jumbo-Visma are not working for him. They've lost some faith in the Slovenian double champion of the Vuelta, and Primoz could be going down the drain. He can recover maybe towards the end and pull off a Joao Almeida style redemption story. But in terms of Jumbo's new focus, well, they have Wout Van Aert up there in GC at the moment. He's not a yellow jersey contender as such, but many people have said for a couple of years now that Wout Van Aert could definitely contend if he tried to. And let's not forget Jonas Vingegaard is also up there towards the front of GC. But if Jumbo lose another rider, that means they're down to 6 men already on this tour.
So you said it there, Wout Van Aert, many people haven't really tipped him as a GC rider, but he did show in Tirreno Adriatico that he could actually be in the mix on Pranti di Tivo, the climb that I've mentioned more times than probably anyone who even lives there now. But on that day, he actually managed to only lose 45 seconds to that record-breaking fast ascent up that climb by Tadej Pogacar. And in the end, yeah, Wout Van Aert was second overall and won the time trial as well, the closing stage of that year's edition. So, Ewan, do you think maybe Wout Van Aert is potentially looking like he could mix it with this long leash he has to Tadej Pogacar? He has 3 minutes and 13 seconds right now. But if he does win the Tour de France, which would be very far-fetched at this point, but yeah, why not? He would be the first Belgian to win since 1976.
Yeah, and Wout van Aert proved at Tirreno that he can climb quite well. However, 1 week races are very different to 3-week-long Grand Tours, and Wout van Aert hasn't been a leader of a team in a 3-week Grand Tour. He performed exceptionally well last year in terms of the GC there, a lot better than many people would have thought, but it wasn't top 10 and it wasn't anywhere near that big GC battle between Pog and Rog. But this year, it's very different. He's Belgian champion. He's had some good classics results, but we don't really know how Van Aert is climbing as such in these high mountains. He went on the altitude camp with Primoz Roglic to recon many of the stages through the Alps and the Pyrenees. So hopefully he'll put that to good use here. But I'm a little bit skeptical of it. I'm a little bit worried about whether this will backfire in the end and not hit the mark. While Van Aert has been missing out on sprints and also missed out on those first 2 hill stages, which we thought would have been quite well suited to him. And similarly, in the time trial, he was beaten by his Danish teammate, who I think is a safer bet for GC. I know he's crashed and he's never really contended a race, but Jonas Vingegaard is up there with some of the best climbers in the world. And he's got this frame that's much more built to the high mountains and to mingle with Pog and the other big favorites such as Carapaz. So Vingegaard for me is the clear way through.
We've seen it in the past where riders have had this long stint in the yellow jersey after amassing time in a breakaway, and of course Wout Van Aert has that lead over Tadej Pogacar. Jonas Vingegaard has a deficit to Tadej Pogacar. I mean, they only have those 2 riders as their options right now. We're looking at the GC. So do you think they're just going to let it play out on the Alps on stage 8 and stage 9 tomorrow and on Sunday?
I think it will play out with maybe some fireworks. They'll put someone in the breakaway, try to do some interesting tactics, because this Jumbo-Visma train without the clear leader, what did they do? They can't really be on full force. The team's injured. They lost Hessink. There are lots of things working against Jumbo-Visma right now, but if they experiment over the Alps and come into the Pyrenees or to the Mont Ventoux stage with a better, more fine-tuned strategy, then Jumbo-Visma could restructure and challenge for a top 10 place. It looks like everyone's crashing left, right, and center and having adversity. So this does open the door maybe for Wout van Aert, who took a couple of minutes today. So he's already gained some advantage in that classification. And it's certainly still possible that Wout leads this Tour de France at some point. which will be a win for the team, really. They'll be happy to leave this Tour de France with another yellow jersey under their belt.
I mean, I'm a bit more optimistic on Wout Van Aert's chances. I think he's done really well climbing this year. Well, it's only based on training at Adriatico and then having that altitude camp. But with that advantage he has over Mathieu and only Mathieu van der Poel, 30 seconds ahead of him, you would have thought potentially tomorrow could be the day when Wout Van Aert overtakes that yellow jersey.
Maybe, but this is Van der Poel. Van der Poel rides like a demon when he's in the yellow jersey. He's incredible. Today was a little bit lackluster, but on the time trial and on the lead out for Alpes and Phoenix, he's brilliant. And I wouldn't put it past Van der Poel to maybe surprise people tomorrow and ride a lot stronger than we're expecting. He's a bigger guy, bigger frame, but so does Wout Van Aert's pretty similar in build. We'll just have to wait and see.
So anyways, that's it for this video. Ewan and I haven't come to an agreement there. I think it should be Wout Van Aert leading Jumbo-Visma. He believes in Jonas Vingegaard. I'm not being the loyal Dane there. But anyways, it will be interesting to see if Wout van Aert can actually do anything and become the first Belgian since Jurgen van den Broek in 2010 to finish on the podium for the history books, or potentially even win the Tour de France. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a nice day.